Hey guys, right, so let's talk game changers, right? Now, as a personal trainer, as someone who is paid to change people's physiques, right? As someone who is very, very interested in recovery, performance, someone who trains quite a lot, someone who's done most of the diets, who is interested in learning more about different diets and how things work in the body and all that. I mean, because a lot of my clients and a lot of people I talk about nutrition, and I have more than a basic understanding of nutrition, right? Am I a nutrition guru? No, right? But I have more than a basic understanding of nutrition. I'm always trying to learn, right? Now, documentaries, like, you know, Pumping Iron, Generation Iron, Bigger, Stronger, Faster, all these kind of things that's fitness orientated, right? They interest me, right? Sounds sad as a motherfucker, but it interests me. So when I heard about Game Changers, it piqued my interest. It piqued my interest even more when I heard that Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, of course, right? So then I had my clients coming to me and saying, Fee, have you seen it yet? What do you think of Game Changers? All this kind of stuff. And it kept urging me. I had this urge. I was like, oh, man, I really need to see this movie. So I sat down and watched it. Now, I'm putting this beginning of this video, right? Before you jump into the comment section and type some bullshit, I want you to wait until the end of the video to understand my view on a plant-based diet, okay? So if you jump in the comment section and talk some nonsense, the minute you find out, shock, I'm a meat eater, right? Then you look like an idiot, yeah? So, shock horror, I'm a meat eater, right? I am a meat eater, right? I'm probably more of an extreme meat eater, because if you told me to follow an Atkins diet or a carnivore diet, I could probably do that for the rest of my life with a big fat smile on my face, right? Now, as a meat eater watching this documentary, the thought, and those of you who know me are going to be shocked by what I say, the thought of maybe I should try a plant-based diet rolled around in my head. That is genuine, right? And it was rolling around in my head because they started talking about the performance, the recovery, and all this kind of stuff. Now, Game Changers has some very good information in it, but something that Game Changers does, which is disappointing, is it cherry picks stuff. It misinforms people. It uses a lot of, this is my experience with it. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you did a plant-based diet, this would be your experience. What do I mean by that? Now, I'm going to be making a few videos on this movie, The Game Changers, to talk about certain scenes in specific, but I will touch upon a few things and I'll tell you I'm going to make a video on it. Such as this guy, James Wilkes, who we follow in the movie, right? Who's a fighter. He teaches all these like Army and US Navy SEALs and all that to do self-defense and fighting techniques and disarming knives and guns and all that. You look at him, he's amazing at what he does. He is, right? He will fuck you up, right? He had an injury, so he started looking for the best diet in order to kind of recover quicker, right? Which, I mean, when I heard that, I was like, fuck, I'm interested. Yo, hello, I want to recover quicker. Because I've made videos on this, that if you recover quicker, it means that you can get back in the gym and train harder, yeah? Which equals gains, right? So, that was like, yeah, okay, cool. Then this guy, James Wilkes, did this diet, right? This plant-based diet. I think it was for 7 days. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it wasn't for so long. And he spoke about the battle ropes, right? The battle ropes. And his best time on the battle ropes was 8 minutes, right? By being on a plant-based diet, he upped his game. He upped his performance. Now, this is the part where I was going, shit, yeah, maybe I need to maybe I need to do plant-based diet. Maybe it might be beneficial. Because I know how hard the battle ropes are. And he went from 8 minutes to 60 minutes. Like, what the fuck? So at that point, I was like, huh? Hold on. It's like you give information and then you push and push and push the point to the point where it becomes too good to be true, right? So it's like, if you had stopped way back here, you would have captivated me. Yeah, you would have been like, yo, yeah, I'm on this. But you've pushed so far that you made this look like you're basically Superman if you on a plant-based diet. What? So now the minute that happens, all of a sudden, my mind kicks in and goes, well, this is too good to be true, because if this was the actual case, everyone would be doing it, right? Then in the movie, we're looking at athletes, right? Now, what I thought was very good, and I applaud them for it, is we had people from all different races and cultures, which is good, right? But at the same time, it was a select few of these athletes. So we had like a weightlifter, we had a strongman, we had a cyclist, we had I can't remember what it's called, but it's a very long, like, not even, is it cross country, marathon runner or whatever, all these kind of athletes. And you're looking at it and like, it's a select few. So it can be argued that these people would have been great, or despite what diet they did, right? Genetic elite, let's say. That could be argued, right? Now, just because a weightlifter on a plant-based diet can do it on a plant-based diet, like this guy that they showed in the movie, doesn't mean that you can accomplish the same thing on a plant-based diet. Maybe, maybe not. But I'll come back to that in a minute, because I'll come back to a point that they tried to push. So these athletes, they were a select few. I mean, give me Eddie Hall, who is the world's strongest man, yeah? Who is at the top of his game, yeah? Give me him and put him on a plant-based diet, right? And let me see him perform, yeah? This strongman, I'm not taking anything away from him, but I didn't really know about him. I didn't, yeah? Until the movie. Okay, he's plant-based. What he's done is extraordinary. Anyway, so it can be argued that it was a select few. What about the thousands of others out there? The thousands of honor cyclists, thousands of other weightlifters, all these people who are at the top of their game. What about them, right? So that could be argued. And then I'm watching this movie and there's just some stuff that doesn't make sense. They started to talk about protein and energy, especially when they're talking about this runner, yeah? And being confused. How can he have so much energy if he doesn't get enough protein, or that much protein, yeah? And I'm like, what? Protein doesn't equal energy unless we're in ketosis or something like that. Not ketosis, unless we're doing gluconeogenesis. There we go, right? Then protein equals energy. Or if the body has no other energy source, as in very low body fat, no carbohydrates or no glycogen, and then the body's forced to tap into muscle to break that down into a fuel so that the body can use it. Well, that would be used for energy. But in terms of someone who's on a plant-based diet who has sufficient amounts of carbohydrates coming in, then protein and energy, those two should not be in the same sentence, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm confused why they put that in the video, but I was like, huh? Then we had this whole thing about protein. You need to eat meat to get protein. You need to eat meat. Need to eat meat to get protein. I've never really heard anyone say that sentence. You don't need to eat meat to get protein. You can get protein from a wide variety of sources, right? You can get protein, albeit a small amount, from oatmeal, okay? Almost everything has protein in it. No one says you need to eat meat to get protein. I'm putting that out there, okay? What is normally said is if you're doing a plant-based diet, then you're going to be deficient in certain vitamins, minerals, or whatever, mainly B12. But end of the day, I don't see that as an issue, because if you're deficient in that, supplement with it. There are people who are meat eaters who supplement. So why is it if you're on a plant-based diet, you're not allowed to take any supplements? No. Now, even if you're a meat eater, you're probably taking a multivitamin, just as a bare minimum, you know. So why is it all of a sudden when people are looking at plant-based dieters, they're like, oh, but you're going to be deficient in B12. Motherfucker, buy a B12 supplement. Done. Sorted. You don't need the meat for the protein, right? What is said is if you're on a plant-based diet, you need to pair up certain products, yeah? Certain plant-based items in order to get a complete protein with all the essential amino acids. I don't know why I'm doing this shit. That is what's said, right? Now, is it easier to get 250 grams of protein on a meat eater diet? 100%. Is it easier to get it on a plant-based diet? No, that's a lot of food. That is a lot of food. Is it impossible to get 250 grams of protein from a plant-based diet? No, it's not impossible. Excuse me. The same way as someone who does a meat-eating diet can have, some kind of protein shake, someone who's on a plant-based diet can have a vegan protein shake. Excuse me. That's made up of rice and pea protein. Sorted. Is it harder to get the amount of protein? Yes, with the amount of food, yeah? Is it harder in terms of knowing what to put together? Yes, but you can still research that. But it's harder for the everyday Joe, yeah? Now, something that I hear a lot about is I don't have time to cook. You know, that's why fast food is such a great thing, you know? Or let's say not the healthiest food is such a great thing. Even a sandwich, buying that from like Tesco's is not a great thing, yeah? Because people lack the time to cook. That's what they say to me. Cool, okay. Now, if you lack the time to just make grilled chicken and, let's say, rice, which is two very simple things to do. You know, you can literally put them in and go watch Game Changers and come back, yeah? If you don't have the time, and that's the mentality to do that, are you honestly expecting these people to think I need to couple these things in order to get a complete protein, and I need to eat this amount of that, and then expect them to eat large quantities of this food? It's not going to happen. It's going to be harder for them to get the protein in it. Okay? So, this myth of you need to eat meat to get protein, I personally haven't heard anyone say that. If there are people out there that say that, then they're idiots, right? They don't know what they're talking about, because as I said before, rice has protein, oatmeal has protein. These are two carbohydrate-based sources. Are they complete proteins? No, right? Right, so let's talk about the health benefits. You know, we talk a lot, they talked a lot about the blood work that was done and all that, and feeling healthier and energy and all that. But whilst I'm watching this, I'm like, I know a lot of people who do keto, right? And they come back with the same information. This is their experience on keto. So you saying to me a plant-based diet is better than a ketogenic diet? Because they both give up the same result. So kind of not understand, you know, kind of weirded out. So anyway, I want to put something out there. Now, let's take, you know, we're looking at this plant-based diet, we're looking at this movie, we have all these individuals who are athletes, they're not at the top of their game, but they're in their game. They're better than the average Joe, yeah? And they are plant-based, right? They are plant-based. This is one extreme of just eating plants, right? Let's take the other extreme, right? Of only eating junk, yeah? So KFC, Popeyes, all that kind of stuff, right? But you're still an athlete. So when you look at you, you still look good, right? You perform well. Does that mean that an optimal diet is fried chicken and Popeyes. No. But even in the movie, there was an athlete who said he loves fried chicken. He eats KFC and Popeyes before games, right? You look at this guy, you wouldn't tell that he's on basically a junk food diet. But he still performs well. So, what? Okay. Does that mean it's the optimal diet for you? No, because if you do that, it doesn't do well for you, right? Now, we're looking at two extremes. We're looking at individuals who here are either like really carnivore diet, right? And then we're looking over here of a plant-based diet. Why not live here in the middle? You know, they didn't explore what happens if we took, let's say, a bro foods bodybuilder who does his chicken breast or her chicken breast, broccoli, that has the macronutrients and the micronutrients in there. Don't really mess about too much with high fat, anything like that. Not too high carbohydrates. You know, the typical bro bodybuilder. You look at someone, you're like, ah, yeah, okay, you're a bro, yeah? Sweet potatoes and all that kind of stuff, yeah? Well, what's he or she like? What's that diet like? What's that diet like compared to a plant-based diet? Now, they talked about, you know, the intestines is not meant for eating meat, and it's longer, it's not like a lion's and all this kind of stuff. Look, people, I believe that we're meant to have both, right? I think this whole thing about we're not meant to eat meat, especially with the whole teeth thing, like this shit here, what's that? What's that? What's that? You know, this whole thing about us not being able to eat meat, right? If we weren't able to do it, then why is it our body doesn't reject it straight away? You know, you put it in your mouth, you throw up, you know, you fucking shit, like having food poisoning. Why is that not the case? I don't believe that you're not meant to have it, right? I just believe that I don't think you're meant to go to either of the extremes, yeah? Not solely a carnivore diet, but not solely a plant-based diet, right? Live in the middle. Live in the middle. I can rant about this a lot. That's why I'm making numerous videos on this. And the final thing that I want to put out there is this whole thing about well, two things. Vegans, plant-based people and all that, they tend to be healthier individuals in general. I have never met someone who's plant-based who does not work out, do some form of cardio, might do weight training, but work out in general. They get physical activity going, right? They don't smoke, right? Very rarely do they drink, you know. So these individuals are healthier individuals in general, right? Just because of a plant-based diet doesn't necessarily mean that equates to their health, because they could probably be the same people and do a ketogenic diet and it do well for them and they still be healthy with good blood work. Right at the end of the movie, we saw these firemen, right? And firemen and firewomen, I don't know if it was both, but anyway, these fire people, yeah? And we're talking about how they went on a plant-based diet and the blood work came back and their blood work had improved, like, incredibly, right? But what had also been said is they had also lost weight. Now, normally when you lose weight, you're going to improve everything. You know, your cholesterol's going to come down, your blood work's going to get better. It's just going to be better. So was that necessarily because of the plant-based diet, or was that because they lost weight? Could that have been repeated if they had done a ketogenic diet, right? Now, I keep talking about the ketogenic. Hey guys, right, so the camera cut out, so this is going to be one of those when I put it back in. So yes, let's get straight back into it. So I keep talking about the ketogenic diet because these results are replicated on both a plant-based diet and a ketogenic diet, right? So, is it because they lost weight? Because people who go into a ketogenic diet also loses weight, yeah? So basically what I'm trying to get at is this movie had some good information. It did. But also it was basically propaganda. It cherry-picked stuff. It misled its viewers. And that's what annoys me, is the fact that, look, it would have been a lot of much. It would have been better if they had just performed. I can't even talk now. It would have been better if they had just given you, the viewer, the information, and let you use your own mind, your own brain, to make an educated decision to say whether you wanted to do a plant-based diet or not. Now, what I took away from Game Changers, because there is something to take away here, and what I believe people should take away from Game Changers is the importance of having plants in your diet. Do you have to have an exclusively plant-based diet? No, I don't believe so. That's my opinion. I don't believe so. I believe that plants are very important to incorporate into your diet right now. Okay? And that's what I took away. And what it put in my head is I need to focus maybe a bit more on bringing some more plants into my diet, because I get some vegetables in, but it could be more. And I would like it to be more, especially seeing the benefits that plants have. And that is what you should take away from Game Changers. Now, excuse me, my actual view on a plant-based diet, right? This is what it is. Is a plant-based diet healthier? Is a plant-based diet optimal? Is a plant-based diet better than having meat? Not solely exclusively meat eater, but having meat in your diet. I don't care. I don't care, right? If this is something you want to try, by all means, do it. Do it. As long as you are willing to put in the work and understand the coupling up certain food items in order to get complete sources of protein, and you understand the amount of food that you need to eat. Right? As long as that is there and it does not take away from your goal, then okay, cool, do a plant-based diet. I don't care. I am not someone who says, oh, you need to have meat in your diet. If you don't want to have meat, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. I have friends and families who are vegan and vegetarian. I'm like, yo, how's it going? How's it going? All good? Good. Keep doing it. You feel good? Keep doing it. Yeah, I have clients and potential clients who come to me and say, when I ask them what's their diet like, they go to me, I'm vegan. And I'm like, okay, cool. I ask them one question. Why? And that's solely to understand why they're doing it. Some people will turn around and say it's purely because of the cruelty to animals, which, look, if that's your reason, I applaud you. You do you. That's amazing, because something has affected you and you have the willpower and the motivation and the ability to stand up for what you believe in, right? That's amazing. That I respect, right? If you're saying to me that I believe it's a healthier diet, then do it. Do it. Are you feeling good? Good, do it. If it starts to affect you, you're finding you're getting injured more frequently, you're not understanding how to pair up certain proteins, you don't feel good, you feel shit, then don't do it. But I don't sway anyone or tell anyone that they need to have meat in their diet. I don't care about it. As far as I'm concerned, we are becoming very mixed, let's say, from different cultures and different races, and everything's getting mixed up, right? And some people respond well to plants. Some people respond well to some people respond well to a plant-based diet. Some people respond well to a high-fat diet. Some people respond well to high-carbohydrate diet. Do what you respond well to and feel good doing, right? I say that to everyone. I don't care what you do, right? If it is hindering your progress, then I might say, well, look, okay, maybe you should do this. But, if I'm talking to a vegan, I would say to them, well, okay, let's think about maybe getting a protein shake, right? But not not a whey protein, let's go for a vegan protein shake. It's within their dietary requirements, right? It's like I'm not going to go to someone who's Muslim, they only have halal products, and I go, you have to have pork. Have to. What? No, it's not going to work. My whole approach is whatever suits your lifestyle. That's it. If that's your lifestyle, you do it. I'm happy with that, right? And that's the way I live life, is you do whatever you fucking want to do. That's it. That is all I want to do. 26 goddamn minutes. I think it's about 26 goddamn minutes. Thank you for watching. Now you can go into the comment section and type your thoughts and let me know what you think. Please like and share, and please subscribe, because I'm trying to make more good content out there. And as always, train hard, keep it live, and get that dirty pump.